Cindy Stumpo has been building houses and shattering stereotypes.
Big stuff, big problem. I get eyes all around my head. I'm not going to miss a trick.
You have to love this business all the time.
Cindy Stumpo is tough as nails.
Hi, this is Cindy Stumpo, tough as nails, WBZ Radio 1030. I am now sitting in the studio with my daughter, my beautiful, lovely daughter, Samantha Stumpo. Hey, Sam, what's going on?
Hi, Mom. Thanks for having me back.
I'll always have you back. And I mean back. Have your back.
This is true.
Okay. So anyways, tonight's episode, we're talking to two very good guys. The topic of the episode, Sam, is live, work, and play.
Do you know what that means, Mom?
I know work. You know, I guess I live, and I know work, but you know all about play, right?
Well, you got to have a balance to everything, right?
I don't know. I haven't found my balance. I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm just so programmed to work.
What have you been doing for 30 years?
Work, and raising kids. And I want to retire from both of them really soon. But that's not happening anytime like in the near future. So, anyways.
Even if you wanted to, you're never going to give up control.
No, never. Queen Elizabeth hasn't given up control. I'm not giving up control. So anyways, our guests are going to be Greg DeAndre from G-Star Fit and John Herbster from Audio Innovations. And I thought it'd be really cool to have both these guys together because Greg, as you know, has
why don't you tell everyone what G-Star Fit is?
Okay, that's true. Let me go backwards here.
Because it sounds like a clothing line.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So Greg DeAndre from G-Star Fit is one of the best fit trainers, runs the most amazing spin classes I've ever seen.
Wasn't he one of the first people to bring spinning to Boston?
He actually did. He actually did bring spinning to Boston, and I think when he first did it, everybody looked at him like they had 50 heads, and it just took off from there and snowballed. And Greg has been on and off training me for, I don't know, since I gave birth to Chad, so he's 24 now, so it's been a long run.
Everybody, she quits on Greg. Greg never quits on her.
No, Greg doesn't quit on me. No, I'm the quitter. I'm like, okay, I had it. I'm done. So Greg will be coming in, and he's going to probably, whatever, all over me and tell some funny stories about him and I, the way we've worked out in the past. But anyways, Greg brings a lot of knowledge to home gyms and why these things are important in people's homes. Because not everybody can run to a gym anymore, and we're living busy lives, and we have children, and we're going in 30 different directions, and little Johnny's got this, and little Mary's got this, and Bobby's got this. And so we're going to talk to Greg. And then we have John Herbster from Audio Innovations.
Who works with us all the time.
John has definitely worked with me for a long time. John was probably a kid, because I was just a little bit older than a kid when I started building. And I'll never forget, John does all high-tech speakers, AV equipment, cameras, things that keep us safe.
Everything to make your house be a smart house.
Well, that's the running joke with John and I. I say, John, I want a smart house, but I want it to be dumb. And he's like, well, what do you mean, Cindy? I'm like, no, I don't know how to use all these things. I got to push buttons, and this goes on, and that goes on. I just want a smart house that does all the things I want to do, but then I want it to be stupid like me, because I'm like, you know me, Sammy, when it comes to high tech. How do I get on here? How do I get on Facebook? How do I do this? How do I do that?
Well, that's why you said you have us, right, kids?
That's why
Chad and I to teach you?
Yes, that's why we have kids, because kids teach us technology. Yeah, there you go. So, John, he is one of the best in the business. I don't care what anybody says. When I first found John, that was probably about 25, 26 years ago. And then John, after like 5-6 years, he built up a really good reputation. He started rock and rolling all over the states from Vermont to Rhode Island to Connecticut to New York. Then all of a sudden, he forgot about little old Cindy over here. Like, my jobs weren't big enough for him anymore. And I'm like, dude, get back over here. But in the interim, I had to try a few other guys out because he was so busy. And then I had to beg John, get back to see Stumpo Development. I need you to do these houses, these guys.
What's true, no one is as good as him.
No one is as good as John. And anybody that I have on this show, I have them here because they are the best, and no one out there can ever say differently.
Let's talk to them. They're here.
So I see that. So as I'm turning my chair around, hi, Greg.
What's up, Sam?
How you doing, honey?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Good. And John?
How are you, son?
I'm not good. I heard you. I saw the post you posted about me on Facebook the other night.
I want to ask a question. When somebody asks you how you are, does anybody say awful?
I'm bad? Yeah. We asked me that question. How are you, son?
Saint, how are you?
I'm really stressed out today. I got to be honest, okay?
Just today or
no,
every day?
Every day. No,
How's
every
it different
day,
than any
every
other day?
night.
She's yelled at everybody today in the family.
No, she was up early the other day too.
No, she's yelled at all of us.
I-
We all
Yeah.
did something wrong
I
today.
was a little shocked to see that.
I wake up every morning with a group text to my whole family, okay? Making sure everybody's up working like me. Because why aren't they working like I am? I'm 53, they're all young. Everybody out of bed, get to work, get your beds made, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, John, would you like to introduce yourself and say, hi, I'm John?
John Herbster.
He's very
In
stiff,
case
by the
you
way.
didn't,
Started-
in case you didn't know how to speak, she's telling you how.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, there you go.
Cindy telling somebody else what to do.
All the
Imagine.
time.
Pretty normal.
Okay,
You,
good.
you know when she's aging bad when she says, "What am I supposed to tell you what to do?"
I'm not going to say anything about her aging.
Yeah, let's not. Only I can talk about my aging. So, anyways, again, we've got Greg and we got John. John, you did say hello. You introduced yourself.
Company's Audio Innovations. We started in the early 90s.
Greg, what does those words mean? Live, work, and play, in your opinion, or in everybody's opinion, I guess.
Well, today, because of, to your point, with the busy lives of everyone, you have to kind of use your home to help you get some of your workouts in if you can't get to a gym because of children, because of jobs, because of family, just, all the things that go along with trying to run the household. So the home gym has become quite popular again. It kind of fell off a little bit for some years, but now it's very popular. It's right back, at the top. And we're doing a lot of going in and helping people purchase equipment, type of flooring, mirrors, lighting, doing homes in Weston right now. So it's definitely gaining traction again.
Okay, so we have a long way to go with this conversation, but again, we talked about live, work, and play, and I can tell you this: when I get home from work, if I don't somehow find a way to decompose before I go off to the next stage of my life, which is having a nice man in my life and being able to have the patience with him, my older kids, whatever, I got to be honest. I come home, I try to calm it down a few minutes, and then I get on that treadmill and I start going. I feel like a different person when I do that. Okay, we're going to talk to John when we get right back. And welcome back. This is Cindy Stumpo, tough as nails, WBZ 1030. And I'm here with my daughter Samantha
And our two guests
and our two guests. And that's Greg DeAndre.
from G-Star Fit
Thank you. And John Herbster from Audio Innovations.
Oh, you're remembering.
Oh, good. So again, boys, men, we're talking about live, work, and play. And what I really want this to be about.
She really wants you to tell her because she has no idea what that means.
Okay, no, this time I do. I want you to explain to my audience why high tech is so important in homes and why health, Greg, you bring health, fitness, gyms to the game. You guys come to my homes, you work together, you set these treadmills so people have, Wi-Fi and the music's running through the speakers of their home. I want you to explain to people why we need to have this. And again, we don't have to have these blowout systems that we just hit the megabucks, okay? There's a way to do these systems. Start them off simple. And John, you can explain how you can start systems slowly and add to them, okay? So when we first talk about live, work, and play, this is how I see it. When I get home, when I come home from work, my home is my sanctuary. I want to feel safe there. I want to entertain there. I want to have music. I want to work out there. It's my home. I want it to be my safety net. And I feel that the next generation coming up behind me that I'm building for, people in their 30s, they want to hang out at home too. And they've got small kids and, not everyone wants to run out and leave their children with nannies. And I think the world's changing. I think our parents kind of just went out every Saturday night. It was like a guarantee that they were going out every Saturday night. And we got stuck with some babysitter. So the question I'm asking both, and we'll start with Greg, why is live, work, and play again important, those three words?
schedules. The schedules are tight today. I'll give you an example.
Good.
I have a client in Weston. She's got a 15-month-old baby, a 7-year-old, and a 9-year-old. They want me to go in and set up a gym for them in their house. So the wife can get downstairs, get workouts in, feed her kids, take care of her kids, change her kids, get them off to school, hockey practice, pick them up, drop them off, and still feel good about herself while she also works in her husband's business. So she can't be running off to Equinox, Boston Sports Club, Lifetime. She needs to have her house be her sanctuary to do everything she needs to get done. Playtime with the kids, work out for herself.
And I get all that. But tell me why, in your opinion, it's healthy that Mrs. Mom in Weston does this.
Everyone should do it. It's not just Mrs. Mom, but it's critical for Mrs. Mom because her caseload is much bigger because of 3 kids, running a household, running a business. So she needs to make sure she de-stresses, she eats right, she pays attention to her health and overall wellness so she can be successful with her family.
Well, I'm going to quote you. And you always say to me, Cindy, you've been doing this for 30 years. If you want to get another 10 years out of this, you better stop paying attention and better start listening to me. Right?
Right.
And I'm not a very good listener.
Not at all.
Right. And then all of a sudden I started getting achy and things hurt. And you said to me, I ran around to feet doctor, whatever they're called.
Yeah, podiatrist.
Whatever they're called. The bottoms of my feet
Sure.
felt like I was walking on golf balls.
Yeah.
You literally told me after I went to 4 doctors, Cindy, your calves are too tight. Let me loosen up your calves. I swear to you, you won't have, and everybody said I didn't have that plantar fascia, whatever, but I had golf balls on the bottom of my feet. In 2 weeks with you, my feet pain were gone. And you're right, it was stretching my calves.
Yeah.
And when I told that to the podiatrist, he said he was right. I said, well, why did he diagnose me and you didn't diagnose
Well,
me?
why didn't you listen
Who?
to Greg?
Has she ever said?
Because sometimes you listen to your doctor, but now I'm not going to listen to my doctor. I'm listening to Greg.
I'm pretty sure you tell every doctor what you're doing anyway.
I do. I tell you what to do. But the bottom line is, Greg, in 2 weeks, I'm not walking on golf balls anymore. So I do want to get another 10, 15 years out of my career. And if I don't start listening and doing things right, I'm not going to get another 15 years. I'll be lucky if I get another 5 years,
That's
never
for
mind
sure.
15. So I'm understanding your point of working out home gyms, why they're important.
Well, we have a caller, Adam, on the line. Adam, who do you have a question for?
Hi, Adam.
Hey, Cindy. I just want to start out and say, big fan of your show, Tough as Nails. Live in the Newton area. I drive by your signs all the time. Big inspiration of mine. But I do have a question for Greg.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Greg,
Wait, I thought you wanted to talk to me. All right, I'm going to pass you over, but thank you for the compliment.
I'm not lucky enough today.
What's that?
So I'm not lucky enough today. I got the questions for Greg.
Okay, Greg, it's all yours. Go ahead, Adam.
Greg, I just wanted to ask, is there a way to do a home gym and not spend crazy money for the average Joe?
Yeah, well, there's a couple different ways, but my first suggestion, depending on what your budget is, start with a treadmill. The beauty of having the treadmill in your house, it gets you moving, it gets you running, it gets you walking, it gets you jogging, it gets your body in motion, and it's there 12 months out of the year. So on rainy days, snowy days, when you don't want to leave your house, you can still get something going from a cardiovascular perspective. So that's probably the most inexpensive way to start a home gym is with a treadmill. And I think from there, you can add whatever you want depending on what your budget may or may not be.
And by the way, don't use it to hang your clothes on. Actually,
Yeah.
get on it and run.
That's what I would end up using it
So
for,
then what?
unfortunately.
Then you'd what? Start with some free weights? You would do
Well,
what?
it depends what somebody's looking to do and what they want to spend.
Okay, so basically, let me ask you this question. I think what Adam, that's your name, right, is asking you, what's the least of money you can get out of a home gym that's not, the treadmill's not going to fall apart, and maybe do a little bit of a setup? What's the least amount of money that you could do this for somebody?
Well,
I know the sky's the limits, but what is the least?
I mean, you could start with as little as $1,000 up to $5,000.
Okay.
Just some basic equipment.
Well, can
and
we-
most of that would be in a treadmill.
Well, what's
Okay.
basic equipment to somebody that knows nothing about that?
Well, a treadmill is not really something that no one would really not know about.
Can you
it's
get?
pretty simple.
Well, let me ask you a question. Is there a way to buy used equipment like
You
used
can.
cars?
Absolutely. But again, you don't have warranty. You might have to go pick it up at someone's house. So, there's plenty of stuff on Craigslist where you can spend $500 and put a gym together. But is it going to be safe? Are you going to have a warranty on it? How are you going to pick it up? How are you going to get it to your house?
Okay, so let me ask you this question. To start just a gym with a treadmill, some free weights, just to get your body going.
Like, what would be a starter kit for someone that wants a home gym?
$4,000, $3,500.
Oh, you don't even have to spend that much. You could probably get away with around $2,500, I would say.
Adam?
Oh, wow, that's incredibly reasonable.
You know, and I think, me personally, running's the best thing. I don't want to go into...
Let me give you an example, Adam, just so you have an idea of why that sounds good. Because you have to understand, when you buy gym equipment, this is the key thing to look at. There's home gym equipment, there's light industrial gym equipment, and then there's industrial gym equipment, which you don't need for a home. Now, depending on what you really want in your home, you can get away with all home gym equipment. Obviously, you're the only one using it, versus, the light industrial, and the industrial is meant for like 24/7, 365 work on it. So you can spend a lot less, but making sure you're buying what's actually determined as home gym equipment.
Well, if you took the average gym today, and let's just round it off to $150, let's say round numbers, $200 a month to belong to a gym, right? That's $2,400 in a year. In 1 year, you've just set up yourself a treadmill. You set up your next year, instead of spending another $2,400, you spend it on this.
Right.
Before you know it, in 3 years, you could have a beautiful gym in your home.
Absolutely.
And not pay the fee of the gym.
No, you can stretch it out over 36 months for sure.
Adam, thank you for calling.
No, thank you guys very much. That was incredibly
Thanks,
helpful.
Adam.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to go. Sammy?
Yes, Mom.
We're going to go into a commercial break. Would you
Oh,
like
you
to
remembered it. I'm so proud of you.
I know. Can you bring me into a commercial break, honey?
Okay, we'll be right back, guys, and we're back to talk to John.
Okay, we'll be back to talk to John Herbster from Audio Innovations and hear why security cameras. We're going to talk about safety, because that's part of living. We want to live safely and healthy. And we're back with me, whatever my name is. Oh yeah, City Stumpo, tough as nails, with my lovely, beautiful daughter, Samantha, right back with me in the showroom. Showroom? What are we, selling cars, Sammy? Back in the studio, WBZ Radio 1030. And we're here with John and Greg.
For those of you who don't know, John is who? Well,
John is Audio Innovation, Samantha, and Greg DeAndre is G-Star Fit, okay? All right, listen, folks. She's really torturing me because I'm lacking estrogen and progesterone, okay? She thinks she's all that now because she's 30 and I'm like 53, okay? I'm going to hurt her. But anyways, so we're here with John. John, we're talking about live, work, and play, okay? Everybody's living, working, and playing. And we just spoke with Greg about health issues and why gyms are important, and I don't even know if we really got that deep into it, but gyms are healthy and important because I'm coming home at night and I feel like I'm going to stroke out on a job site and I'm working crazy hours. I mean, literally, I work 17-hour days. But I got to tell you something. Getting on that treadmill is not enough for me. So then you come over to my house and then you add all my speakers into that room, okay? Which music pumps me. And I know you're always crapping on me, or whatever word you want to use on Facebook, that my music is enough to like.
You play the same thing over and over
It's
again.
not about that, John. I like 70s music, okay? I'm a 70s girl. I like disco, soft rock. I don't like this new music where my kids jumping around the house looking like a complete nutcase, okay? And the lyrics have no meaning to them. But anyways, that's another subject. In the interim, so stop crapping on me on my Facebook about my music. I love like Dan Folberg. I mean, who doesn't like him?
what's the question
Callie
you have for John?
Simons. I do have a question for John. John, live, work, and play. I want to make sure that people really understand that our home is our safety place. That's where we go with our family to feel safe. We're talking about things that are not a luxury, John. Necessities of what you do. Okay?
Sure.
Speakers are a luxury, right? You don't have to have them.
Well, if we're talking live, work, play, we're talking about lifestyle balance.
Correct. Go ahead.
So Greg talked about exercising, and you and I have a problem where we work way too much.
Yeah, we do.
And if we can get back into that play and living a little bit with our families and having some music to enjoy when we get home, that's going to be beneficial to our overall health beyond hopping on a treadmill, music and things like that. Also knowing that you're secure in your home through cameras.
Well, that's what I want to talk about.
Yep.
See, that to me is a necessity nowadays, okay? That is not that's a necessity. You want to know that you're safe in your home. Everybody today has, monitoring systems.
You want to know your kids are safe from their nannies.
Yeah,
you want to know that the
right.
your parents are
that all
safe.
existed with me.
Okay, but I want you to explain what is a necessity. I go to work. My kids are small. We didn't have the technology that we have today. I set up literally a big VCR type camera on a tripod and left it running all day. And let me tell you, it wasn't a good scene when I got home. Oh, that was a bad scene, but that's for another episode. That girl, I don't know, oh boy. Okay, but now you've got the systems to put out there and protect.
The systems now are much more covert than what you had with your big VCR camera.
Right.
And it affords you some ability to see what's going on in your house no matter where you are in the world. So as long as you have internet access, you have the ability to see what's going on at your house, which is a huge peace of mind to the homeowner.
And that's what? Checking on your house. I know one thing. Whatever you put in my house, I'm going to call whatever you put in my house, because I swear, when it comes to technology, I'm such a dope. But, I have a 23-year-old son. And if I've got to go away for a night on business or whatever, it's so great to look at the parking lot, the driveway of my house when I ask him, who's over? And he tells me nobody. And there's 10 cars parked in the driveway. Like, you're bad, kid. Like, what's up? You're lying. Get the cars out. Get the kids out of my house. All that stuff you help me do. But here's what I was thinking. We say live, work, and play. We're worrying about our own families, keeping them secure. And we, like you said, cameras on the outside of the house, I think is a necessity. Okay?
Outside and inside.
And now you're going inside.
That's a little creepy.
No.
It's not really.
It's not really. I agree.
When you have children inside your house and you're worrying about your nanny and what's going on, we've had situations where nannies have left their kids in the bathtub alone. And, that's something that you would never know if you didn't have those cameras there. So,
Mom, what would you do if someone left me in the tub alone?
They'd be dead. They have cement shoes on.
But what if not everybody can afford all of these things?
Again, John, we're going to have a site that goes up that John will give little thing,
But even like when we build homes, we pre-wire the home so they can in the future.
Okay, so John, the question is, there's a way to do this affordably for everybody, correct?
you can start very small.
Hold on. No, let me rephrase that. What is the safety of your family really worth to you? If you can go there and buy a car, you know what? I'd rather buy less of a car and know that my family's safe and know that I can monitor my family at home when I'm not there and make sure my kids...
What if a house that's already existing? That costs you more?
Well, John can explain that to you better than I can.
There's lots of options that you can do if the house isn't pre-wired. There's Nest, as an example, has cameras that you can install in a house that don't require wiring. Ring and Doorbird. There's a whole bunch of other companies that have systems that will retrofit into a house without any wiring. We always prefer that things be wired, but if they can't be wired, you don't want to rip your walls apart to do that, then we can go.
But again, we're getting off subject here. I want my listeners to make sure their families are safe. How do we make them safe? How do we know when mom goes off to work, dad goes off to work, they can monitor their kids, monitor when they're coming in out of the house? Can it be done affordably at this point and grow the systems as need be? They can.
Yes, they can.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Cindy, I think you have to think about not just the little ones at home with nannies, but what about the elder parents? Like in my case, with my mom at home, a dementia patient, who I had to hire someone basically off the street. I didn't really know who she was, but, I was up between a rock and a hard place when my dad passed on and my mom had full-blown dementia. I had to bring someone to move into my house. I have no idea, living in Boston, her in Connecticut, what's really going on until someone like John comes in and affordably installs something for me to look at through the internet on my computer.
You know what?
To give me peace of mind.
Greg, I didn't even, you know what, Greg? That's amazing. I never even thought about that. Hold on. That's like, okay. So I'm 53. I've got my 2 grown kids. One I'm still, and come on, let's call it what it is. We're still raising our kids at 24 and 30. It's not like the old days here. And now I'm at that age where I'm going to make sure my parents are okay. And you just made a good point. John, if I want to put cameras in my parents' home and Greg wants to put in his mom's home and she's got dementia and strangers are walking in and out from these care facilities, and I got to tell you something. I wish I had this for my grandmother 3 years ago. I probably would have asked you to put it in. But I was trusting these women to come in, and the truth is they were robbing her blind, they weren't bathing her, and they weren't taking good care of her. And it took me at 1 o'clock in the morning to get a phone call to figure this out, and I went running over there. So, Greg, good point. Can we put systems in our parents' homes and be able to monitor them too to make sure the help that we're paying for, that we're working to pay for, are doing their jobs?
It can be done very simply and very affordably.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Then, you know what? We need to put this on our websites, how they get in touch with you, how they can do this. Greg, that was like, that question or whatever, you just blew me away. Because, John, I got to do that in my parents' home. There's no question about that. That's really
sure
important.
about that?
Yes, I am very sure about that. Very sure.
I don't know if I want to see that.
I don't know,
Okay.
Bobby's sure about
Is
that.
there, look, I don't want to bug my parents' bedrooms.
All you're going to see is that he wants to keep eating candy and Beverly's saying, no.
Where's the chocolate?
But, John, my
They're on
question...
Facebook now.
But the big one is, if we put these nanny cams and parents cams, whatever you want to call them, are we supposed to stay out of bedrooms? Because that's a little weird. You know, maybe you just keep them in the public areas of the home.
It's your personal preference. Some people are comfortable with the idea of having cameras in their kids' bedrooms. They're probably
Okay, well, I
not.
gotta cut you off because we have to go to a commercial, but we'll get back to your answer in a second.
Okay. Thank you, Samantha. And welcome back. This is Cindy Stumpo, Tough as Nails, WBZ, Radio 1030. And we're sitting here with Greg DeAndre from G-Star Fit and John Herbster from Audio Innovations.
Hey, what about me?
Oh yeah, my blondie, Samantha. Hi, Sammy. Forgot about you there, honey. Okay, so we're having a great conversation. Obviously, every time we have a great conversation, we got to go to commercial. But, John, let's go back for a second. You were saying that we can have cameras in all rooms. That's legal. Do you have to let people know that work for you that the cameras are going?
You can put a camera in any room in your house, inside, outside, that you want. If you want to record, you have to let people who come into your house know about their conversations are being recorded.
Okay.
But cameras in any room are perfectly legal.
Okay.
And it just is your comfort level as a homeowner as to what rooms that you want
I
to
just
put
don't
cameras
think
in.
if you've got a nanny in your house that their room should be wired for anything, okay? I think the common areas, the dining room, the family room, where the kids are going to be hanging out, even in the kids' rooms,
Kids'
as
bedrooms.
small children,
Yep.
once they get to an age where
She
they're...
secretly wants to do this to my brother and wake him up in the morning and know exactly what's happening.
Oh, no, I probably don't want to see that in the morning. But at the end of the day, you were just going to ask John...
Well, before I ask my question again, we actually have a caller. His name is John too. John?
Okay.
Yes, hi.
Hi, John. This is Cindy. Samantha.
Oh, hi.
John
Hi,
and
Cindy.
Greg.
Hi, all you guys. Cindy, first and foremost, I follow you on Facebook, and let me say I truly enjoy the pictures of your projects, from your tear downs, your site work, to the finished product, which is nothing less than amazing. The homes you build are unbelievable.
Thanks, John. I appreciate that. Did you catch
you're
my
more than
little
welcome.
groovy dance this weekend that I did that my daughter taped and put all over social media?
With your new speakers?
With my new speakers going and my song Bounce, Rock, and Skate?
Yes, I did. I saw an older gentleman, I would assume would be your dad. He was heading in the house. He probably likes Sinatra.
Yeah, he does like Frank. Yeah, he likes Frank Sinatra. He likes to do things his way. I did it my way. Yep, that's him. Good eye, John. That is my dad walking back there. He always gets, we always get him in the back view for some reason. But you have a question for John or Greg or me or Sammy?
Well, it'll be more for John.
Okay.
I'm looking to add a sound system. I'm old school like you, Cindy, so I'm used to, I grew up on turntables and rabbit ear TVs. I'm looking to add a sound system and some security to my home. It's an older home, and what I was wondering, and John touched a little bit on this in regards to, I think he called it a cluster, but how much, I don't want to say damage, but like if I did in-wall wiring, which is what I prefer, how much cutting, etc., in the walls would be necessary, and being an older home. John, do you think that's worth it, or is there another suggestion you think? I'm looking for, minimal security in the house because it's just my wife and I. The kids are grown.
I think John, I think what you're asking is, and I can cut right to the chase, how much damage in the house is he going to make, or anybody like John, to your walls and ceilings to run the pre-wire for all of this?
Exactly.
Okay.
I think with the minimal security that you're looking for, you could probably go wirelessly. Wireless solutions.
Is that a word, wirelessly?
Wirelessly.
Yeah, was that a word?
Wirelessly.
Okay, I don't know. Look that up. Let me know if that's a word. Good, I'm sorry.
Get on the Google machine.
Google that, Sam. So you can wirelessly.
You can do most of these things wirelessly, and if you're going to do a small system, wireless is a good option.
And he wants music.
If you can do wireless on the music as well, so you could do something like a Sonos. Denon has Hios. Yamaha has Musicast, which are all pretty much the same thing. To add music wirelessly in your house.
It is a word.
Oh, it is a word. Wirelessly. Okay, John, I apologize. You always have to be right. So basically, and if they do want to go and pre-wire, how much damage? Because I remember a story between you and I 20-something years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, see, John, let me tell you a fast story really fast, okay? I laid out my whole house with John. John was probably, I was a baby, so I was probably like 29. So John's was probably 20.
So you just had Chad?
Yeah, I just had Chad. He was maybe 2 years old, so you were like 20 what? 24?
Mid-20s.
I was a bit older, so I told him everything I wanted to do, John. Then they came in, he did everything at the last minute. They blue board, they plastered, and I decided I want to add speakers in the kids' room so they could wake up to their music instead of me going, wake up for school.
This was the day after the sheetrock went up.
Yeah, this is the day after they plastered.
No, they hadn't plastered yet, but the sheetrock was up.
So for all you that don't know, it goes blue board or sheetrock, then plaster.
Yeah, we blue board. We blue board, then plaster. Okay, so the blue board's up, and I say to John, I want to wire the kids' bedrooms for speakers. And he's looking at me like I had 50 heads. Like, we just went through all this. I just pre-wired the whole house
Hollywood
2 weeks
Drive?
ago. This was Hammond Street.
This is Hammond.
And we had to take down all the blue board because I wanted my kids to have speakers. And that's what happened. And you were looking
On
at
a
me.
weekend
You brought your
with my
dad.
father.
You brought your dad in because you had to do it really fast because the plasters were coming back on Monday.
Yep.
Exactly. So he took down all the blue board, wired up everything that I decided the last minute I wanted, and we put the blue board back up. But now it's 27 years later, 24 years later, whatever, 22 years later. We can do this?
In this situation, if you wanted to hardwire, we would probably make some small holes in the walls, pull the wiring through those small holes, and you would have a painter come back and patch and repaint.
So basically,
It's not a big deal.
John, to do all that, and I don't know the size of your house, but we can always send you a guy over there. Probably $2,500. They can put it back together. They skim coat. They'll patch. They'll paint. They'll sand. They'll paint. Then put your house back together. But I also like the wireless systems because my office has the wireless system too.
Yeah, that's probably the route I would go. John, one other thing. I think you mentioned Audio Innovations. Is that your website?
Yes, it is.
It's
Okay.
AIHometheater.com.
Okay, I have that on my. I'm looking at it now. It's amazing some of the work you do, and I love that picture of Big Pappy on the big screen TV on the beginning of the site. John, one other question for
John,
you.
John, I'm gonna have to be the rude one and cut you. I love you, buddy, but we got another caller coming in, and I gotta get her in there before we run out of time here. But you know, you're more than welcome to call in anytime you want, right?
Thank you, absolutely. Thank you very much.
But you now have John's website. You can get right in touch with John. You know how to get in touch with me, and we can help you any which way we can, however we can.
I greatly appreciate it. Have a good evening.
You too, John. Have a good one. Thank you very much. I think we're trying to keep this as real as can be. We're going to eventually get into, women's issues and, but we're new and we're only, we're so far down the road right now. We got another 49 episodes that we have to still push out there. But I hope we can keep this fun and keep it light and, talk about everything and anything. And I appreciate the compliment at the Bowl Conference.
This is part of your live, work, play that you give back to other women out there.
Well, okay. Explain that to me. Break that down, Sammy.
So, in a way, that's your way of giving back. You're coming back into the world, not working on a job site every day. You go and tell your story to other people out there to boost that.
Oh, yeah, Cal, let me tell you something. When I'm getting up on those speaking events, I just need you to know I'm like a nervous wreck, and I'm ready to have a heart attack up there. I think I'm going to stroke out. I think I'm going to die, panic. So I'm really uncomfortable up there. But I do it because... Look, I always say I'm the poster child that this woman should have never made it anywhere in life with severe panic disorder for 26 years. So I get up there and I do that, and I hope that, if 3 people in the room are listening out of 3,000, then it's all good. It's all good, But I do want you to know that it takes a lot out of me to go up there and do those public speaking events. Huge.
It's very inspirational, Cindy. In fact, I would love to have coffee with you so I can talk with you about becoming a builder. I know you don't like to drive on highways, but I'd be willing to come to you.
Look, I always make time for women. Usually they come to my office, they bring the coffee, and we sit at my office, and we shoot it for a while, and, we just have some fun, and we talk, and I love to hear other women's stories. And I'm getting to an age now that I try to make more time for doing that, especially with young women. It doesn't matter, young women, middle-aged women, and help other women, start climbing the ladder, pushing that. I always say, I go out there every day and I push a rock up the mountain. I've been doing that for 30 years, and other women got to push that rock even heavier than I did. Push it harder, because as the generations go down, that rock's going to get heavier and heavier. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Well, she's a woman of the world, and God, she knows it. She turns my head every time she shows it.
And we're back. City Stumpo, tough as nails, WBZ 1030. Greg DeAndre from G-Star Fit, and we have John Herbster from Audio Innovations. Guys, I'm going to wrap this up with this. Greg, you have literally 10 seconds to tell me what you think I should do in my life to make me a better, healthier person.
Listen to me. Every day. I don't tell you how to build a house. Don't tell me how to build your body, but I'll do it right.
So you want me to listen to you?
100%.
And you're going to do what for me?
Fix you completely.
Mentally?
Everything.
No more medication?
0.
You gonna listen?
Nothing.
Hold on. No more panic attacks?
Nothing.
You're going to
I
cure
already
me.
promised you that. You just have to commit to me. And we're done.
All right. John, you tell me how you're going to make my life easier when I get home with all the systems you put in my house that are driving me bananas.
I'm going to remove them from your house.
Good move. Good move. Let me ask you a question. Seriously, you can tell the truth now, because we're on here. When I'm texting you on a Sunday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 1 in the morning, because my kid locks down the system at the house, or we can't get the music to play, how bad do you want to come to the phone and just go, I want to throw her system, I'm going to kill her?
I actually don't. What I want to do is I want to get in there and make it easier for you to use. maybe adding a control system so that you can have a much easier time
He's
using it.
lying.
No, he's telling the truth. I really am. I'm getting all verklempt out here. There's just so many buttons that I'm pushing, and he wants me now go into another system. I'm in Mirage. He wants me now to go to Spotify. He wants me to change everything. He's always making things complicated. My brain can't do Yeah, I don't like change.
We need to add Crestron.
So I want people out there to realize that what we discussed here, and we had some fun, but we discussed necessities. Again, cameras, health issues, parents, children. They are not a luxury as far as I'm concerned. If you can afford to even go to a Best Buy or whatever and pick up these little small cams, it's worth it to do it. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So I thank you guys so much. Greg DeAndre from G-Star Fit. John Herbster, which that's Jon, by the way. I spelled it John the other day. I almost had a heart attack. John Herbster from Audio Innovations. So basically, I'd like to thank John and Greg for being here.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Cindy.
Thank you.
He's just nodding his head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to thank the listeners, the callers that take their time and they sit on hold. I'm sorry, people. We try to get you as fast as we can. Samantha, my daughter, that's right here by my side, my little mummy whisper. And I really like to thank WBZ for getting behind me with this radio show. WBZ 1030, the production company. Everybody's been really great with me. Again, this is new to me, guys, being on radio. I've done TV. Now we're off to radio. And I'd like to thank my producer, Trisha Bradley, that's in the studio with me, helping me out at all times. Trust me, it's a major production in here. Everybody have a great weekend, and I demand that you be back on listening to me next Saturday night at 8 o'clock on WBZ 1030. And if I find that you're not listening to me, that's a problem. So
She's going to install a camera in your house and make sure you're watching her.
there you go. I'm going to install cameras in all your houses to make sure you're listening, okay? I need my ratings here, people. Thank you very much again. Have a great weekend. Nice, safe, healthy weekend. Bye-bye.